We will be looking on how to solve the below question. Given the joint probability distribution shown below, first part asks to calculate how much information is the event where p of x is equal to 0. Second part is what is the entropy of p of y given x is equal to 0. Third part is what is KL divergence between y of p of y given x is equal to 0 and p of y given x is equal to 1. And the fourth part is where you have to sum all these values. So starting with the first question, it says how much information is the event where p of x is equal to 0. Information of any event is calculated using the formula I of x is equal to minus log of p of x given to the base 2. So this is basically the probability of that event x. So now we have to find out the information for p of x is equal to 0 to solve this first question. So firstly, the probability distribution for x is equal to 0 will be given by sum of probabilities for y is equal to 0, y is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2 when your x is 0. So that is your first column. So this will be p of x is equal to 0 comma y is equal to 0 plus p of x is equal to 0 comma y is equal to 1 plus p of x is equal to 0 comma y is equal to 2. So substituting the values from the table for these probabilities, for these joint probabilities, you will get 0.1 plus 0.3 plus 0.0. This comes out to be 0.4. So 0.4 is your probability when your x is 0. Now information content. I of p of x is equal to 0 will be your minus log of p of x is equal to 0 to the base 2. So that will come out to be minus log of 0.4 and this comes out to be 1.322. So this is the value of a. Moving on to the next question, it says what is entropy of p of y given x is equal to 0. Entropy. The next question talks about finding entropy of p of y given x is equal to 0. So entropy for p of y given x is equal to 0 will be h of y given x is equal to 0. So this will be calculated using this formula is equal to minus summation p of y given x is equal to 0 into log of p of y given x is equal to 0 the base 2. This will be over 1. So for x is equal to 0, the probabilities p of y is equal to some value of y given x is equal to 0 are. First we need to know what is p of y is equal to 0 given x is equal to 0. That is equal to p of y x is equal to 0 comma y is equal to 0 divided by p of x is equal to 0. So this will be for substituting from the table. Probability when your x is 0 and y is 0 is 0.1 and probability of x is equal to 0 is 0.4 as we had calculated in the previous question. So this will be 0.25. Next, p of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 0 will be equal to p of x is equal to 0 comma y is equal to 1 divided by p of x is equal to 0. So this will be again, you will substitute the values of joint probabilities from the table and this will be 0.3 divided by 0.4. So this will be 0.75. Next is your p of y is equal to 2 given x is equal to 0, which will be p of x is equal to 0 comma y is equal to 2 divided by p of x is equal to 0. This will come out to be 0 divided by 0.4, so this will be 0. Now this is what we calculated using our conditional probability formula. So now entropy which is h of y given x is equal to 0, is, now I'm going to open up this summation and substitute the corresponding values. So this is nothing but minus 0.25 into log of 0.25 to the base 2 plus 0.75 into log of 0.75 to the base 2, which is equal to 0.811. This is the value of, I'm so sorry, this is equal to 0.811, and this is the value of b. So all we did was open up this equation, this entire summation we opened up, where your y was going from 0 to 2, and we substituted the corresponding probabilities and calculated their logs, and we found out the entropy of p of y given x is equal to 0. Next is the KL divergence question, which says what is the KL divergence between p of y given x is equal to 0 and p of y given x is equal to 1. So going on to the third question. KL divergence between p of y given x is equal to 0 and p of y given x is equal to 1 is, will be given by this formula, dkl equal to summation p of x into log of p of x divided by q of x to the base 2, and the summation is over x. So this is the formula for KL divergence between two probability distributions p of x and q of x. So in our case, we aim to find out KL divergence between p of y given x is equal to 0 and p of y given x is equal to 1. So as we know that for x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1, since p of y is equal to 2 given x is equal to 0 is 0, and p of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 1 is 0, so we will consider only y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1, where both the conditional probabilities are non-zero. So I'm talking with respect to this table here. You can see for x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 2 it is 0, and for x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, it is again 0. So now dkl, this will be p of y given x is equal to 0, and the other is p of y given x is equal to 1. This equal to p of, this is equal to summation p of y given x is equal to 0 into log of p of y given x is equal to 0 divided by p of y given x is equal to 1. So this is your KL divergence formula that you will have to use to calculate KL divergence between these two probability distributions. Okay. So this sum here goes from values of y, that is y is equal to 0 to 2. So now let's see. So to solve this problem, we need conditional probabilities we need p of y is equal to 0 given x is equal to 0, p of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 0, p of y equal to 2 given x is equal to 0, then P of y is equal to 0 given x is equal to 1, P of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 1, and P of y is equal to 2 given x is equal to 1. We need these conditional probabilities to substitute them in the equation. So now we will be opening up this equation 3. We will be opening up the summation to solve and find out the KL divergence. So let's do that. Let's call the KL divergence as C. So this will be P of y is equal to 0 given x is equal to 0 into log of P of y is equal to 0 given x is equal to 0 divided by P of y is equal to 0 given x is equal to 1 plus P of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 0 into log of P of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 0 divided by P of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 1 plus P of y is equal to 2 given x is equal to 0 into log of P of y is equal to 2 given x is equal to 0 divided by P of y is equal to 2 given x is equal to 1. So this is so I opened up that equation 3, open up the summation, and I substituted the conditional probabilities. So now we have to plug in the values for conditional probabilities in this equation and find out C. From previous calculations, P of y is equal to 0 given x is equal to 0 is 0.25. P of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 0 is 0.75. We need P of y is equal to 0 given x is equal to 1, which will be P of y is equal to 0 comma x is equal to 1 divided by P of x is equal to 1. This will be 0.2 divided by minus log of 0.6 to the base 2. So all I did was calculate the probability of P of x is equal to 1. Similar to what we had done in first question where we found out the probability of P of x is equal to 0. I found out the probability of P of x is equal to 1. And P of y is equal to 0 comma x is equal to 1 is substituted as 0.2 from the table of joint probability distributions which is given in the question. Now this comes out to be 0.27. And your P of y is equal to 1 given x is equal to 1 is basically P of y equal to 1 comma x equal to 1 divided by P of x equal to 1, and this is 0. So now we have these values, so we will be substituting these values in the equation here, this one, and we find out C. So that comes out to be C is equal to 0.25 log of 0.25 divided by 0.27 to the base 2 plus 0.75 into log of 0.75.0. This is an undefined term, so we will not consider that. So C is equal to 0.51. So this is the KL divergence values. So C is equal to 0.51. So all we did was we used these conditional probabilities and we substituted that in this equation here, and we found out the value of C. Now last is the question number 4, which is to calculate A plus B plus C. So substituting the values, C is your 0.51 plus B is 0.811 plus A is 1.322. This comes out to be 2.641. So this is your fourth answer. So I hope this was clear. All the four parts of the question have been solved.